Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome. Thank you so very much for joining me for Smash That Small Pad. This is a collaboration with Bourbon Creek Crafts here on YouTube and Stampin' Cat on Instagram. The links are down below. And each month we pick a small pad and we smash it. And for this month I chose, I don't know what's happening. Oh, the dog's chasing his tail because that's what we do here, I guess. Garden Party Collection from Bo Bunny. This is a pad that I smashed once before. I think my friend Noni gave me hers afterwards. And it has a touch of pink in it, which if you're new here, that's hard for me. It's also like the cactus theme is tricky for me. So sometimes on a smash, you just have to commit. Whether you love it or not, you just say, I'm going to smash it. I maybe should have just said, I don't love this pad, pulled out the ones I wanted, and then sent the rest away for donation. But I decided to smash it. What are you doing? Can you be cool? So I stuck with it. I don't know. I think our BALL rolled somewhere. Just a minute. He thought it went behind the washer, but it was just behind the laundry basket. He might be slipping a little. Anyway, so I had it in my head and I decided I was going to smash it. I struggled a little bit, but part of the reason I struggled is last time I didn't knock back the theme. I went like all cactusy and plants. And then I probably still have some of these cards in my stash that I haven't given away. So this time I tried to knock down the theme. I have 26 cards here. A partial that I haven't quite figured out because I was trying a new layout and I wanted to find a stamp before I glued it all together. And then I already gave one away. So 27 cards out of this pad. So that's kind of a lot. And what that tells you is I was stretching out the paper. I was trying not to combine patterns that I just wouldn't like and wouldn't use. I also brought in neutral ephemera. This is a Simple Stories collection. I had it sitting there. My friends from Vancouver had given it to me. So I thought, this is fabulous. You'll see me many times. If I love patterns, I'll combine 2 or 3 of them. On some of these cards, I only have 1 pattern paper, and then I've brought in other elements to knock it back. I even used a dog. I mean, whatever it takes, right? So this is I already had this Get Well prepped. We did this for scraps or something. And then this is ephemera from the collection. And I kind of love this. But had I gone all like cactus and plant, I wouldn't have. So there's one. They all have, a cute little something on the inside. Get Well Soon. This is ephemera from the Simple Stories, and then I'm using those patterns. So I really like this. Very simple cards. Some of them more gender neutral than others. Cards I would use. Be sure you're making cards you use. Don't lean into the theme so much that you think, I will not use this. Thinking of You. I get regular requests for Thinking of You, and so I had made a bunch of, on our scraps project, I think it was Smash Our Stash video, I had prepped a bunch of these in green. This is where you're going to see them, is in these cards. And I do like this one. I would give you this card. Get Well. Again, I have 2 and then kind of knocked back the patterns, but it's not all themey. Happy Birthday to You. It got a little themey. Maybe you're old and so you're like, I don't know, like a cactus. But the Happy Birthday to You, those were in my stash and I was trying to use them up. Thinking of You. Okay, sometimes when you use patterned paper for die cutting, it does not go well. I'll show you another not awesome example. You have to be careful because I have black with white on it and then the background is also white. So in some places, the word blends into the background a little. Not my best. It works better in person, though, at least. Like, in person, you can figure out that it says Thinking of You. Probably wouldn't give it to an 80-year-old person. But on camera, it's always harder to see those. And then, I don't mind this. It's not bad. And I inked the edges and brought in craft. Thinking of You with the bottles and the green paper. This one has a bit of blue-gray, but there's sort of blue-gray around here. And so, I need that. Hello There. These were from the Smash Our Stash. They were scraps and kind of love how this turned out on this card. Super simple design. This wasn't scraps, but you could also do this with scraps, right? Just a little skinny thing. And don't worry about if they're the same size or different sizes. Just have fun. Little scraps on the inside. Thinking of You. Okay, this is an example where I combined 2 papers I don't love. I probably would have liked this card better in the end if I had matted these two here with craft in between to knock back the patterns a little and calm them. And it would have accented the thinking of you. Just something to think about. Experiment with how you like layers of cardstock or layers of solid, or maybe you don't like a lot of layers. Okay, thinking of you, again, you're using a pattern, and I promise it's easier to read in person. On the video, it does not pop. The thinking of you doesn't. I don't love that pink paper in the background, I gotta tell you. Many thanks. Okay, sometimes when you're trying too hard, you just get off track and you gotta rein yourself in or go to bed. This is a rub-on from 49 to Market, another one. The colors don't really work. The green's a little bright. Yeah, I tried something. Probably not going to send you this card, but maybe I will just for fun. Maybe it's like an upside down card. Thanks. I do like this one, even though it has the pink paper. I think it turned out fun. High contrast on my sentiment, and then the ephemera from Simple Stories. A lot of layers too. I love layers. Thanks. High contrast. I am a contrast girl. The dark green and all the white. And I don't know how well you can tell, but this is like a marble look paper that came in the collection. This is an example of one of those collections where I feel like the papers don't all perfectly go together, and then you have jars, and so it's not the easiest to smash. When I have a couple of videos where I go through what types of pads are easier to smash, and it helps if all the papers align and you don't have like shapes and random like jars and plants and pots. Yeah. Thanks. Okay, I just brought in blue. You know, sometimes you have to. So this is like a blue polka dot background, but the thanks is cream colored. So I was like, yeah, sure. Thinking of you. Okay, this is one where honestly, it is not really better in person. The green on the black and white, it is a lot. I don't know if you feel it for your eyes, but even in person, you're like, whoa. So I don't know. You have to give that to a 20 something, I think. Hugs. I think the hugs came in Happy Mail, and I was looking around and I thought, oh, that kind of goes with the craft, and I like it. Thinking of you, nice and simple and very high contrast. This is that marbly paper that's in the collection, so not totally white, but still very easy to read. If you're playing with your scraps or whatever and you're not sure, die cut it, layer it up, and see if you like it. Sometimes when I'm trying to smash, I just glue it together anyway because I don't have any other ideas. Hey there, crafty friend. Noni made a million of these a while ago, and I was trying to use some up. And because it was black and white, it was perfectly fun. Just for you. Real simple, like down to the very end. Heartfelt sympathy. Okay. A lot of you love my double layer, like the thinking of you and the thanks and the get well dies. I did it with heartfelt sympathy, but I made the background and I hurried. So just keep in mind that you can take any one of your sentiment dies and you can cut a background for it. And if you take your time, and especially if you practice with the same die a couple times, you'll get it. My pointer to you would be, don't get close. I kept getting too close. It's like, I don't know, something wrong in the brain, or the scissors were going too fast. So, you know, the ones that you buy, if you like that look, there's a lot of space around there. And I got a little close on the heartfelt. Thinking of you, Amy. I had a request to personalize some Thinking of You cards. If you are an avid crafter, admit it. You have dies, or you have alphabets. You have alphabet stamps. You have alphabet stickers. You have them. You might as well use them. So I did my dies for the AMY, and then I made the double cut layer behind it. And again, I got a little too close, but I didn't want to recut the Amy. And I didn't have much of this paper, which was already glued to this. You know, I get too many things going at once. So it's personalized. Remember, that makes things very special for people, especially kids love them too. So I don't think Amy watches my channel, so it's not going to blow the surprise. Plus, there was one that was even cuter. I'll try to remember and see if I have a photo of it and put it in. And that one already got mailed to her. I bet she already has it. Thinking of you. And, oh, one more tip. If you have paper like this that's kind of themey and you're trying to make more than one card for the same person. Her other card didn't use any of these same papers. Didn't even really look like it came from the same collection. So that's one advantage to these ones that don't really have matching papers. Thinking of You, and then all the potted plants back there. Get Well. This is that angle sketch that Bourbon Creek Crafts has. If you haven't seen her sketch sets, oh my gosh, get into those and have a great time. I need to look at her website a little or make myself a cheat sheet because I know I love the angled one. There's a couple of them I haven't even tried, and there's some that I'm like, that's so easy, I should do it every day. And I want to get out more of I think she started doing some bigger ones now, bigger pieces of paper, and I want to play with those. So check those out, Bourbon Creek Crafts. I had this dog stamp. When did I buy this? I don't know, but it was sitting around and I was like, oh, we have to use this. And this paper was wearing me out. So I have my dog just stamped with black ink on, I think it's an actual craft piece of paper. It could also be a shopping bag, knowing me, you never know. And then I have Many Thanks down here. The Many Thanks is actually on dark green. It's a 2-layer because I already made it before. And then I have a hello there. So very similar, but I can use them for different things. And kind of love the dog. Love the dog. Okay, Many Thanks. I like the idea of this. The many, the top layer is a little bright. In my scraps, there was like some dark green and there was some Christmas green. I think we got a little bright there. These are my actual scraps left from this pad. A couple of these I'm just going to say, yeah, you go. But it gives you an idea of how smashed it is. And then I'm not sure what I'm doing here. I was just kind of playing and I thought, oh, I need something more creative. I like the idea of the layout I have here, but you need the right stamp to go this way. So maybe I should have gone vertical. I could go this way, and then you could have a horizontal in there. This is just a scrap, and I took my corner rounder and rounded each end, and I kind of thought it was fun. Like, it's a different layout that we don't normally do, right? And this was just a torn piece of paper that was left over from one of these. Oh, it's probably from that card right there. So it needed a home. And I did ink the edges on a lot of these to kind of bring the layers together and knock back that green pattern so much. You know, green is not my jam. If they were blue, I would be stoked. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to check out Bourbon Creek Crafts and Stampin' Cat on Instagram. If I don't come back with something else before then, I'll be back on the 7th with Smash Our Stash. And that is my absolute favorite collab. I know you've heard me say it before. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're taking time for crafting and relaxing. Bye-bye.